BTS News Today. The whole world was shocked by the news that came suddenly. One of the most beloved members of BTS, Park Jimin, is reportedly lying weak and undergoing intensive care. This news spread quickly and made millions of soldiers around the world panic, agitated, even crying. Not only fans, the news also made Jungkook, the magnate of BTS, look very devastated. In various media reports that managed to get information from nearby sources, Jungkook reportedly couldn't stop crying beside Jimin. This situation raises one big question: what really happened? According to various reliable sources close to BTS, Jimin's condition began to decline since a few days ago. Although at that time he still tried to look cheerful and strong in front of the public, those closest to him began to notice that something was different from his gaze and facial expression. He looks weaker than usual, losing the spirit that has been characteristic of him. Many initially thought it was just ordinary fatigue from a busy military schedule and high emotional stress, but it turned out that the condition is much more serious. When Jimin finally falls ill and has to be rushed to a military hospital for treatment, the atmosphere instantly changed dramatically. Jungkook, who has been known as a strong figure, tough, and full of spirit, looks very broken. According to eyewitnesses at the hospital, Jungkook came right away and didn't want to leave Jimin's side for even a second. He sat on the chair beside the bed, grasping Jimin's cold hand, and cried silently. Several times he was seen begging Jimin to come to his senses, so that Jimin was strong and did not give up. The situation became even more heartbreaking when a short video uploaded by a hospital staffer leaked and went viral. In the video, Jungkook is heard saying in a trembling voice, "Hyung, you promised to stay strong, right? You said we'd go home together. You said we'd sing on stage again. Don't leave me, please." That sentence made the army from all over the world feel sad. They voiced support for Jimin and Jungkook with the hashtags #StayStrongJimin and #WeLoveYouJungkook, which immediately became trending across social media platforms. These emotional moments also sparked a lot of speculation among fans and the media. Several theories have emerged regarding the cause of Jimin's condition. Some suspect that he developed health complications due to accumulated stress and irregular sleep patterns during the draft. There is also a mention that Jimin harbored deep emotional distress, especially since it is separated from the members of BTS who have been his family. However, the BTS hospital and agency have not yet given an official statement regarding Jimin's medical diagnosis, for the sake of maintaining privacy in the recovery process, amidst all the worries. What was most heart-wrenching was the drastic change in Jungkook. The man, who was usually firm and full of spirit, now looks fragile. He stopped eating, refused to sleep, and was constantly near Jimin. Even when the military asked him to return to perform his duties, he refused firmly, said that he would not go anywhere until Jimin recovered. The fans who saw Jungkook's condition also felt anxious. Many of them begged the authorities to give Jungkook time and space so that he could accompany Jimin fully. Reactions from other BTS members began to emerge, although limited because they are all serving military service in different units. RM posted a message on the official community platform, asking all the army to remain calm and wish them all the best. Jin, who is currently completing his military service, reportedly immediately contacted the hospital and planned to visit Jimin personally. Suga, who has rarely expressed emotions, also seen shedding tears in a limited live broadcast aimed only at the closest fans. He said, "Jimin is a light for all of us. We need him. The world needs him." Meanwhile, the reaction from artists and celebrities who know BTS is no less touching. Many posted pictures of themselves with Jimin along with messages of support and prayers. Some even recalled personal moments with Jimin that showed how big and kind the artist was. One of the Korean singers who was quite close to BTS said, "Jimin is a man who never rejects anyone who comes to him. He was always smiling, even though his heart was hurting. The world cannot lose it." Shortly after this news emerged, HYB's agency finally issued an official statement. In the statement, they confirmed that Jimin was undergoing intensive care and appealed to the public to give space and time so that the recovery process can run optimally. They are also grateful for all the prayers and support from the army, as well as explaining that Jungkook is currently allowed to remain by Jimin's side due to a very sensitive and emotional situation, although the agency has eased concerns with the explanation. Uncertainty about Jimin's condition still keeps millions of fans waiting for the latest news. On social media, many fans are making artwork, writing poetry, video support to rally solidarity actions for Jimin and Jungkook. Some army communities even hold online prayer gatherings from different countries, showing great love and solidarity towards his idol. Days passed and little news began to emerge that Jimin had responded little to treatment. According to information from the medical staff, he opened his eyes for a few seconds and recognized Jungkook's voice. Jungkook, who was reading a fan-made letter, immediately hugged Jimin with tears that could not stop flowing. This brief moment gives great hope, not only for Jungkook and the BTS members, but also for the entire army in the world. This story is not just about the pain of an artist, but it's about genuine brotherhood, deep love, and a bond that popularity can't measure. Jimin and Jungkook aren't just co-workers on the music scene. They are brothers, best friends, and an important part of each other's lives. When one falls, the other will try to lean back even though it hurts. The world is still waiting for a miracle, waiting for the news that Jimin had completely regained consciousness, smiled, and returned to talking. Waiting for the moment when Jungkook can smile again without having to hold back tears. Waiting for BTS to complete their comeback. Although for now their togetherness can only happen in the treatment room, with hands clasping each other tightly. What happened to Jimin and Jungkook has opened the eyes of many people that fame can never be a shield from pain. Behind the stage lights and the cheers of fans, there is a human side that sometimes goes unnoticed. The fatigue, pressure, and silent struggles they face on a day-to-day basis are often invisible to the public eye. And when one of them falls, only then does the world realize how vulnerable a star's heart is. But from this incident, the world saw true love. Unconditional love from a brother to his sister. Love from the sincere fans, who continue to send prayers and wishes. And the love of fellow members who are quietly crying, but still strong for each other. Until this article is written, Jimin is still recovering and Jungkook is still loyal to his side. Both are probably going through the most difficult period of their lives, but they are not alone. The world with them, army with them. And as long as that love lives on, there is always hope that they will rise again, stronger than ever. Time seemed to slow down in the room where Jimin was lying. Every passing second felt full of tension, hope, and fear mingling in the bosom of those closest to him. Jungkook, with puffy eyes and increasingly obvious dark circles under his eyes, it remains to hang on a small chair on the side of the bed. He did not want to change clothes, did not want to move even though his body began to tremble from fatigue and cold. The nurses repeatedly persuaded him to rest for a while, but Jungkook just shook his head slowly, looking at Jimin who was silent with great affection and anxiety. Some sources say that the first nights are the heaviest. Jimin's body temperature had dropped dramatically. The doctors had to fight extra hard to stabilize his condition. At that moment, Jungkook was almost hysterical. He even begged the doctor on his knees to save him. A doctor who did not want to be named said, "I have never seen someone so devastated." Jungkook's tears did not stop flowing. He kept repeating the words, "Please, save her," many times. It was heartbreaking. This sad story does not stop there. In an increasingly deteriorated mental state, Jungkook began writing short letters every night to Jimin. He read them aloud every day, hoping that Jimin, though unconscious, could hear her. Several letters leaked to the media reveal the depth of their relationship.